Our tale takes off with the accusations that lit the fuse for this gigantic legal firecracker. Trump was said to have stretched the truth thinner than a supermodel on a juice cleanse in his financial statements to get his mitts on some loans. These allegations, serious as a heart attack but funny as a whoopee cushion, kick-started an investigation by the Attorney General's office. The folks over there, doing their best Sherlock Holmes impressions, wrapped up a case that led to the whopping judgment we're nattering about today. Scene script. Trump's team, who might as well be carrying shields and swords, has been battling like knights of the round table to flip this judgment, spinning a yarn of contestations. They playfully suggest that the statute of limitations has not just expired, but has retired and is sipping pina coladas on a beach somewhere. They also allege that there was no harm done to victims, essentially asking, where's the boo-boo? They're not just questioning the validity of the case against him, they're practically interrogating it. The appeals court, on the other hand, armed with their gavels and black robes, has a different agenda. They're on a scavenger hunt for clarity on disgorgement, a fancy term for paying back dirty money. It's like they're detectives, and the scope of the Attorney General's case is the elusive suspect they're scrutinizing. As these legal battles rage on, the Attorney General's office holds on firmly, like a cowboy in a Wild West standoff. They strongly contend Trump's actions did actually stir up the pot, not just for individual victims, but for the entire bazaar full of unsuspecting, honest-to-goodness businesses. They proudly hold up their gavel, asserting that there is a mountain, nay, a whole Mount Everest of evidence pointing to fraud, enough to tip the scales of justice. This verdict, I tell you, is something like a ticking money clock. Interest is piling up daily, like a monstrous financial snowball rolling down on Trump. Oh, and to appeal, Trump has had to whip out a security deposit, kind of like when you rent your first apartment, except this one's a little more high stakes. But Trump's lawyers, being dutiful defenders they are, have called foul on the penalty. They're standing there with their measuring tapes, scratching their heads and arguing that the size of the judgment seems a little too robust for the alleged offenses, like using a hammer to swat a fly. In a nutshell, this case is a dizzying carousel of allegations, legal brain twisters, and colossal financial demands that would make Scrooge McDuck nervous. It all kicks off with accusations of fibbing and creative accounting against former President Trump. The Attorney General's office, wearing their best Sherlock Holmes hat, swears these accusations hold water and presents a case leading to a whopping $454 million bill. That's a lot of zeros. Trump's legal squad, not to be outdone, throws a legal Hail Mary to overturn this, pointing towards an expired statute of limitations and lack of harm to victims, as if it were a get-out-of-jail-free card. The court, meanwhile, squints at the disgorgement calculation and the Attorney General's case like a grandma trying to read a text message. Through it all, the Attorney General's office maintains that there is a mountain of evidence of fraud, justifying the judgment which continues to grow daily, like a teenager during a growth spurt. This case serves as an eye-opening showcase of the muscle flexing of our judicial system and the potential fallout from a cozy dance with fraudulent actions. As the appeal rolls on, the world morphs into a gigantic, popcorn-munching audience, eyes glued to the unfolding courtroom drama. Will the gavel hold its ground, or will it do an unexpected somersault? Only Father Time and perhaps his mischievous cousin Lady Luck hold the answer.